Hello.
Hi.
Hello.
Hi, everyone. How are you, wherever you are? Karibuni sana. Karibuni sana hapa. We are women in business and we're asking you to come listen and learn. Chukua kikombe ya chai, chukua simu yako, enda nayo kitchen ama pale unaenda, utusikize tu. We ieke hapo usikizange. We are here to discuss some business aspects with you. And we really appreciate that you take the time to come and watch us and listen to what we have to offer. I am Priscilla Ngasha, live from South Australia. It is 8:50 a.m. Priscilla, kunaendelea
Hi
aje huko
guys.
kwenyu?
Hi, huku kwetu mvua kutoka last night. It is raining. So, but anyway, that's why I have my cup of tea here because
Yeah.
it's really cold and raining. And I am coming live from Canberra, Australia, Australian Capital Territory. I keep forgetting one. And it's 9:21 here. And I'm a mom, I'm a wife, and also a successful digital business owner. It's nice to be here this Saturday again with you guys.
Awesome. Betty, tueleze habari yako.
Hi guys. Yeah, let me just say this disclaimer. We have decided to do this, and then we are gonna reschedule it at some point, and you guys are gonna see it live only because we have mentioned the timings. So I'm in the UK, and it is midnight. It's just past. It's 20 minutes past midnight. Just
Oh, you're
before
so tired.
12:30
Yeah.
at night. So it's just Saturday morning here. But as I said, you're gonna see it sometime during the day on my Saturday, which will be Saturday night for the ladies here. As I said, I'm in the UK and my name is Betty. Karibuni sana.
Asanti. Hata ndio tulikuwa tunajoke hapa tunasema angalieni leo tumepatiana memo lakini haikufika UK. Tumesema
No, we
tuvae
didn't.
some shades of purple.
Lakini ako na flowers
I've got
zinafanana na
I've
papo.
got baby
Oh,
little flowers. Yeah.
ona zimekaribia. Alijaribu. Thank you so much. Now, tumekuja leo, we've come in our topic of our topic for the day leo tunaongea about networking in business, and just to hear where everyone's thoughts are going to go. Everyone's thoughts will be different when it comes to networking. And let me first start by going first, and then I can invite anyone else who feels ready. Now, if you've noticed, I digress a lot, but I'm trying to look up the definition of networking in business. Now, when I was just a school teacher, like that was the only thing I ever did. I never did do any networking, honestly. Okay, maybe a little bit with teachers in other school or other schools, but ni ile ya kuforsiwa, ile ya lazima mnaenda mshemanio. So inabidi nyinyi wote you go meet and liaise with other teachers, or some teachers will move from your school and go to other schools. So me, I was very comfortable in my own little bubble. If I never knew anyone else, it was okay. I was always happy with that. But and this is why it says you change as you grow, you change as life comes to you. And then in my 30s and then moving abroad, one thing I noticed was you lose your network, whether it's your family network, your friend network, or even your work network. You realize, hiya, you have to build so many new things. You have to build friendships and then start gauging who they are. You have to build work network, just and social network. And for me, being in business, and another reason for choosing this actual business that we're in, is the network. You know how we say there is community over there? It is not joke. The community is for real and it is there. And your job is to be proactive, not kukuja kureact and expect, not in a bad way, but I am a mentor. So I will be part of your network, but you can also expand beyond that network in our community. We're all open to each other. and we are all openly able to communicate to each other. And just like in real life, obviously, maybe communicating once to someone, they might not hear you. You can try it again and again. You just have to be proactive. And this group of ladies here, this is a network I have grown for myself. I have people in the UK because of Betty that I know, and I have someone in Canberra that I can jump on a short flight and meet, and it is a network. So network is really important, and more so in business. Now, this phone of mine is not giving me a definition. I think it just assumes that I know what networking is. But look at what it has done. It has given me like a mind map. And it says networking provides you with opportunities, contacts, colleagues, people with common interests. It helps you in your success, human relationships, human connections, and improves your career. So now that I'm not just a school teacher and I've moved abroad, I'm telling you, network is really important to me because I need to make those social connections, business connections, and and live life like that. So maybe if you could share what kind of connections you have made, why they are important to you, and then afterwards we can share what kind of connections we've made. Oh, who would like to go first, ladies?
For me, I was just gonna say networking, especially when you move away from home. At home, networking sometimes, most of the time, it's actually automatic because you're always
Yeah.
connected with people. You're always connected with people around you, people in your workplace, and people meet a lot. But when you move abroad, and especially if you don't have family here, like
Mm,
the three of us, we have no families where we live. So the only families we have are our husband's family, which is a different thing because you've not lived with them, so you also need to start learning them, and they need to start learning who
mm.
you are. So you need to form connections. You need to form a network with other people. I know, Priscilla, you keep saying that you used to be an introvert, but
Even
now
now
when
I
you
am, not I used to be.
I'm not sure about that nowadays, but anyway. But anyway, even moving here, sometimes being an introvert, it's hard to stay by yourself. For me, I know I flourish with people. When I have people with me,
Yeah.
I'm an extrovert. I'm a very big extrovert. That one I know. So I flourish, and I'm happy when I have people around me. So you just have to make an effort. I know sometimes it's hard, but even like my neighbor, what I've done with my neighbor, I've got a lemon tree. So I give her lemon, she gives me eggs. So people can call it a barter trade, but that's also
Yeah.
networking because you get talking, you get to become friends, your next neighbors and previous neighbors. The dog used to run into my house when the door was open, and that's how we got to know each other. So it's all about trying to put an effort to know maybe your neighbor or to try and know a few people in your workplace because one way or the other you might need something that you wouldn't know where
Mm.
to get. And then you remember, oh, so and so, even if we work with them, they probably on their part time they're a lawyer, part time they're a DJ, and I need that service. So those are the things that you get to talk about, and you get people like that, and they also get to learn what you do in your business. Because for me, when people ask me what I do, outrightly, because of my passion of this business, I tell them what I do. Because right now, as I say, I keep telling my husband I'm unemployed because I'm on unpaid maternity leave. So I keep telling people what I do. This is what I do.
Mm.
This is where I work from, and this is my business. And so, that's a network, and people want to know, to learn more. So it's very important.
Wow. Thank you. Thanks for sharing. You've gone into the community and talked about the relevance of community. And it's true, Shido, you do talk about a lot of the things you do. And I'm like, wow, Shido is busy and she has little kids. How is she doing all these things? So yeah, you say that, yeah, I think you really are extroverted.
Very.
People think that of me. Me, I didn't even know until one of my friends pointed it out. I used to be really like if I'm your friend, you won't think anything because I'm there. I'm always laughing. I'm always smiling and talking nonstop. Not try and put me in a social setting. Even going out of the house, I am panicking and I'm asking my husband, do we have to? Do I need to? No, I don't want to. And then you realize you have kids, you have family, let us just go. And so I brace
Mhm.
myself for social interactions. Even at work, inakwanga, in my heart, you're like, guy, mtu asiniongeleshe. No, mtu akiniongelesha niko, hi, how are you? So I think I am an extroverted introvert. I can choose if I need to make connections, I will do my best. And then I step back and I'm like, oh, now I can breathe. Let me just go back and find a quiet corner to sit. Betty, what's your experience of networking?
Interesting. So for me, I feel like
Yeah.
networking is just a part and parcel of who we are as human beings, and it starts from the word
Mm,
go. From the time you're born, even though you're still a newborn, there are still those people who are surrounding you. Sorry, guys, my voice because of the chemicals I've been cleaning up, because of the people you grow up with and stuff like that. But I feel like somehow networking changes as you grow. You know,
mm,
you I know all of us here we are witnesses of we've kept contact and we've kept in touch with so people we knew from I don't know we were in primary school, others in
mm,
high school, others in universities and colleges, you know. But I feel like as time goes and as your priority changes, your network also somehow changes with you because right
mm,
now I would very much prefer to be on call with someone who is in the same level of purpose as I am. I don't know if you understand what I mean. Like it could be something to do with talking about moms. I'm not saying that life has to be boring, but I'm saying I think those priorities change and your network continues to, and that's why you said when you reach to your 30s, and it's actually not 30s, it could be any time as long as it
mm,
all clicks, your network starts to change or you start losing those
mm.
some of those networks. That's why
Yeah.
unasikianga mtu akisema ndirika kwaria na ng'ania and then you realize hari mundu waragia nake muno thaa ici na
Mm,
ndwamũĩ rĩngĩ you haven't known those people for a very long time because
Yeah.
priorities have changed. So for me I feel like the kind of network I have, and I always say this, I've actually had this chat with my sister and I was telling them the other day, you've got to know
mm,
your network and you also have to know who are your friends. So if you want to discuss something serious or something productive, who would you call? Yeah. If you want to really have a
mm.
laugh, like a proper full on laugh and going out and having all those things, who would
Yeah.
you call? Some of us are fortunate enough to have friends who we could have fun with and still do something serious with. But sometimes we could have friends who we can have all the fun with, but then maybe our career life or our things that we do the things we do to make money are completely different. So we find it that way. They
Mm,
go left and we go right, or the other way around. Maybe we meet here, we do businesses and we do maybe church and prayers and stuff like that. But then when it comes to fun, it is all different. So for me, I feel like the network has always changed for me in a way because
mm,
if I look at the age that I am now, I have to be very careful with who am I networking with. Because in Kikuyu we say Musherana Mukodo Akodo Kagatake. Yeah. So if you look at the three of us, no matter how busy we are, no matter how committed we are, because you guys you had a choice of telling me, or we can't wake up. Like Shiro here, she was just saying how her babies didn't sleep the whole night. She had a choice of
mm.
telling me, oh, hapana mimi sikuweza kulala. Same with you
Nimechoka.
Priscilla. Na mimi ningewaambia saa hizi huku ni usiku sana, nimefungana, nimeshinda nikiosha, niko na wageni kesho, wacheni tufanye hii kitu next time. Lakini we are all in the same wavelength where we are thinking, but showing up for our business is important. Shall we
Mm,
do it? So because we have already tũgwatanetie rĩrĩ mwaki ũcio wa rĩrĩ, we have to show up for it. That is why I have
mm,
said mushera na mukondo akondo kagatake. So if maybe one of us or someone somewhere, maybe you have been in that a situation where you want to do something with somebody, but then they always come up with an excuse. You find along the way you're also starting to lose that mojo, or you're starting to lose the motivation of doing it. because of the group that you are
Mm,
with. And it's the same with
yeah.
everything else. It's absolutely everything with everything else. So for me, I feel like the network I have has continued to change for better. I still have friends from back in the day, but I
Mm,
feel like I'm still continuing to make new friends, especially when you're doing this business. Having 200,000 members in our community is not easy when it comes to
yeah, that's
knowing
true.
and wanting to interact with people, because the more you interact with people, the more you know more, because people will bring you ideas you didn't know. People will come and support you in different ways. So I think it's important to have an understanding of who are you networking with, what values are they
Mm,
adding into your life, yeah, how are you helping each other, and is
mm.
that networking a priority depending on where you are at the time you are in your life. So that's me.
Wow, I love how you've put that, and it has made me think of our audience. You know, sometimes when we post this, or when we do our sessions, women in business, and then we post it, and we wonder if it'll benefit someone, and then we come back, and someone comes in. I don't know about you ladies, but sometimes people will come and say, oh, I just watched that video you put last week, or I'm
Yeah.
looking for the one you did this week, and I'm like, whoa,
So
people are actually coming in, watching and learning from us. So it does seem to bring some value. Is it the same for you guys?
Yeah, that's true. I mean, because like last Saturday, when we had a
Mm,
delay in starting our live, actually somebody texted me and saying, "Are you guys going live?" Because they're so used to seeing us going live, and
yeah.
yeah,
people look forward. There's some people who look forward to listening to us to know. And the good thing is that sometimes we might see that people give up, and we might actually tell ourselves, "Why do we do this?" Sorry, why do we do this? And then, yes, okay, that's all right. Sorry, guys, my 2-year-old
no, that's fine. So cute.
consulting me. Okay, you continue watching. Thank you. And then, so the thing is, some people you might think, oh, people are not taking action or people are not reaching out to us. But we have different people. Some people take such a short time to take action, others take a long time, like I did 4 years, I keep saying. But then we make an impact on somebody. Somebody else might
Mm,
actually have another business that they run and they feel, oh my God, what am I doing? I feel like I'm in the end of my tether. But then when they watch us, then they see how we are doing and they're like, oh, these ladies are doing it, so I can also do it. So people reach
mm.
out, actually want to see us and ask, when are you doing the live?
Yeah,
Yeah.
awesome. Um, uh, Betty, did you have anything to share? Because I was just about to talk about qualities of a good network, which
Yeah.
is what you have just literally
Mm.
started outlining. Like,
All right. Okay.
what is relevant, like to you, our viewers who are sitting out there. You probably
Mm.
have a network, but it's time to take stock to find out for yourself the network that you have. Is it good? Is it a good quality network? And Betty, you touched on one aspect where you talked about synergy. It is that energy that you all put in each other, and you said when you're at the same wavelength with each other and you all push and motivate each other, because
Mm.
one person can dip or drop off. And when that happens, it does bring the motivation down, or it brings the synergy down. But if you can find a network, viewers, people who are there, and you push yourself, so they push themselves. So you all keep pushing yourself. That is such a good quality for networking. And I think it's called synergy. But I don't know. I don't know if that is what synergy means, but it could be symbiotic energy. DOA. Maybe someone out there tell us if that's the
It's
word that
still
it's
energy.
called.
It's still energy.
Yeah.
It's the
Yes,
energy.
yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes. It is. At the end of
We
the
will
day, it is
understand.
energy.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think I'll talk about one quality of a good network, which is sincerity. And
Mm.
sincerity could also go in line with honesty. Like,
Yeah.
you need people who are trustworthy, who are approachable, who are willing to help others, who are positive, active listeners. But
Yeah.
I'm going to talk about sincerity. You know, Nyodo, I think it was just this week when I reached out to Shiro, and I called up Betty. That was the day when you were actually calling me about
Right, okay, on
our
Wednesday.
mutual teammate in the UK, and I had a back-to-back call with
Yeah.
different people in the business, and then I linked up with Shiro, and I sat down and I was like, Shiro, I want to be honest with you, and I was like, Shiro, me, not that I'm gullible, but I am just like, in me, ngoragwo mũndũ mwega, as in, like stupidly nice to people. Like, I will just help you without hatarĩ na ũru wa ngoro kana atĩa, o ũguo tu. And so sometimes it makes me, or it puts me, I've realized now in my 30s, I can see it. In my uni days, I never used to see it. But it puts you in a position where someone might, like
Take
maybe
advantage.
use you. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. So I sat down with Shiro and I was like, Shiro, I want you to be my accountability partner. And I was like, I want you to let me know if I am, overstepping, or if you feel like I am doing something that is going across A, B, C, D. And I outlined for her, this is what sometimes happens to me if I do A, B, C, D. Can you be the one to stay there, and me, I accept criticism when it comes my way from someone I have asked. And Shiro was like, all right, I hear what you're saying, and I will be able to do 1, 2, 3. And I looked back after that conversation, I was like, oh my goodness, I am so glad I have someone in my corner who can be able to do that for me. I was that sincere, and she's able to check me and keep me accountable to some of the things that I have said I want to do and will do. So, and I think that is a good quality of a network, where you can be professional and where you can sit down and be able to, come together and talk. And I don't know, does that make sense to anyone? Naona nika nimejichanganya sana hapo, but
No,
does
no,
anyone have,
true.
yeah. Betty, what are your thoughts of a good network and what that should
Absolutely.
entail?
And let me touch base on the one you're talking about, accountability.
Mm,
When you need those people who will tell you as it is. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I always tell you about my he's become a very close friend of mine now. He lives in Germany and his name is Henry. And I met him through this business. And surprise, I've never met him face to face. But we've grown so close, you'd think we've known each other for years. But we've met because of this business. And he is the person who will tell you as it is. He will come and tell you whether you want, if you want to die, you die. But I will tell you the truth.
yeah.
Yeah. He will not float and sugarcoat any. I don't want to use the BS word here.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
he will not. He will tell you as it is. One day, I always tell this story of the video that I had done, a really nice video for running my ad, and I was ready. I was like, yes, this. I tell you what, I am going all the way in this business. I am. He watched the video. He was like, he's from Nigeria. He was like, Iti, why are you on gun? Why are you on gunpoint when you are doing that video? Why are you wearing so much makeup? Why are you too serious? Why are you wearing so official in that your new dress? I'm like, dude, like I went out, bought this dress. I've been doing these videos all day. And mind you, I'm not lying. I did those videos the whole of Saturday. The whole Saturday. And I sent that to him now in the evening of Saturday. He said to me, I don't care what you have been doing the whole day. Just delete the thing. It's not good. Please don't go scaring people. Don't go scaring people.
Yeah.
You're worse than a primary school teacher. Because when you're friends with someone, that is what they do. They tell you the truth.
Yeah.
He had a choice of coming and telling me, oh, it's nice. It will bring you, all these people will come and join you into the business. And it's just the same way you see them in friendship, where someone will come and tell you as it is. Someone will
Yeah.
come and tell you, hey, that's a bad decision. If they are your true friends, they will listen to you. If they are not your true friends, they will think you're picking on them. So accountability, and I want to touch base on that because I don't want you to feel like you haven't made sense. You have made a lot of sense, because I was actually about to talk about when you have a good network, you should be accountable for each other. And it's just the same way here we are. We always make sure that we try as much as we can to try and come live for our audiences every week. Every other, at least, let me say every other weekend. And when we can't, because we have other commitments, we try and make up for that on the other. So when we don't come online, we always make sure that we are asking each other, hey, are you guys okay? Are we still going online? Are we, why did we should have done this, because at that time we are, as I said, we are on the same wavelength. Yeah. So for me, it's accountability. And also I think when it comes to a good networking, as I said, it also needs to have that discipline. The same thing I'm talking about here, you need to be really, really disciplined, because networking is not just about this thing we are doing. It could also be, I don't know, something like you're focusing towards a project. You're trying to contribute money towards a project, or you're contributing towards a party or something you want to do. Yeah. So I don't know, every month we want to be giving what, $200. So I decide, okay, because I'm short with like 30 pounds, I'm not gonna do my nails so that I can give out my $200. That is discipline. Yeah. I know I'm supposed to go and enjoy sunshine because now it's summer in the UK, or go to the beach. But I'm not gonna do that until I do life with my girls, because that is what we do. That is what we call discipline. And what people don't know is that everywhere there is networking and there is that mutual respect, all those small, small things we are talking about, accountabilities and things, all the same what you're doing, when you're following, and when you are adhering to those rules and regulations within that group, you are planting your seeds. And that is why I always say I am blessed to have this network of you girls, because we are planting seeds in our businesses. And you said a good thing there when you are talking about when people follow us silently. It's what I like to call silent followers. They never say anything. There are those who watch us from the back. It's like someone coming to watch you in a concert, but they are sitting at the back, and you're thinking they're not concerned, but actually they are more serious than somebody who is sat on the front. Those are the silent followers. Those are the people who will come 2-3 years later down the road, and they're like, "Are you serious? You still do this business? I'll join you today." Because they are silent followers. And the reason why they have been following you and now they are serious, they want to join, is because they have seen the discipline in you, they have seen the commitment, they have seen the accountability, all these things that we are talking about here. So for me, it's the accountability and the discipline side of it. We need that in anything to do in everywhere actually, in life, as long as there is something to do with networking and friendship and business partnerships and stuff. You need those ones.
Yeah.
Awesome. Your thoughts, Shido? Have you any thoughts? I was thinking about the 3 Ps of network, like when you have a purpose,
Yeah.
and like in a network, it should have a purpose, and who are the people in it, and now the process of achieving a goal. Maybe if you could share along those lines.
Oh, well, for us, for a purpose, we all have a purpose why we're doing this. We all know why our big whys are. And the three of us is our families. And it's our families, our nuclear families, and our families back home, because that is why we're doing that. And that is our biggest purpose why we're doing it. But also another purpose that we have is for us to have something for ourselves, because we've always done other stuff for other people. Tumeshinda tumeajiriwa na watu wengine. We are under other people's calendars, under other people's timetables. So our purpose is to have our own timetable, that one day you can decide and say, I'm done with other people's timetable. It is my timetable now. It is what I wish to do. And the people, as Betty said, we are over 200,000 people.
Yeah.
And we are from different corners of the world. And that is what makes us unique. And it's, we complement each other one way or the other. Somebody is good, like Priscilla, I see how good you are in, creating some of the reels and, the stories, and you share all that with you. Betty is so good as leading us on how we are supposed to do all this, how you're supposed to do this, because she is our coach anyway. And so all that coming together, we complement each other in some way or the other. And also then another thing, funny enough, when I was thinking about this, I digress a bit about the 3 Ps before I forget, Mommy Brain, I was thinking about integrity.
Mhm.
networking, because that's one big thing about our business: integrity. What you see is what you get. We don't hide anything. Whenever you come, whatever we tell you, it is what it is. Our business is based on integrity. There is no
Yes.
kuficha picha. Hakuna tu vitu tudogo huku ati a hidden, something hidden at the back. What you see is what you get, and what we tell you is what it is. We tell you how it is. So, and it's important, because a lot of us, integrity in this world has actually gone to the dustbin, and people taking a lot of advantage on other people. So, and when you find a business that has integrity, then the process of getting into that network actually becomes very easy and becomes very fulfilling. And you actually feel that you are in a good place, as in umetulia, hauna fikira ati unasema, oh,
Yeah.
vitu zitaenda mrama, things will happen, kana maundu ni maguthuka. No, because you are thinking you're in a safe space. These people are using this, in a good way. It is working, and they're showing us how it works, and people are not afraid to say it as it is.
Yeah.
So the process of networking becomes easier for us. And I remember, I don't know if you guys ever read Dr. Love. Dr. Love in Kenya, Christopher Hart.
Sounds familiar.
Christopher Hart.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And I think he still writes those articles on the Sunday Nation.
Yeah.
So we had we had a networking course arranged for our office when I used to work back in Nairobi. And Christopher Hart actually came, and he said, if you want to meet people, the best way to do that is to open yourself to networks. If you're asked to go and attend a meeting, even if you're not comfortable, just go. You never know who you meet there. You never will know who will open your doors. If you're asked to go on an official, like, how people used to have these official dinners or official, and some people find them a bit boring, the official gatherings,
Yeah.
just go. He says, just go, because that is how you create a network of people. That is how you let yourself be known to the world. So Christopher Hart, as the people call him, Dr. Love, said, do not be afraid of networking, because it can open for you doors you never knew were there, or it can help you in whatever journey you're trying to take.
Yeah,
So that's
that's a
my
good
input
point.
with that.
Wow. Wow. Thank you for sharing. And one thing you didn't do when you talked about people is obviously you didn't talk about yourself. And for me, I think you have such a great purpose in this network. I mean, there's no one like Shiro who is there to remind us every week of what we should be doing in that
Yeah.
week for our business. She's there reminding us today we are supposed our viewers in our business community, we have weekly meetings that we can attend, weekly masterminds that are hosted to tell us more about digital tools and how we can utilize them. And members of our own community are able to come in and share their wisdom. So when we say we leverage each other and we leverage our combined knowledge, it is exactly that. And Shiro is always tuned in, and she's always there ready to tell us today, this and this was shared. Can we try and go in and implement A, B, C, D? She's also good in creating Excel documents, color coded for us on different elements that we need to do on different days. So I love that. And she's really motivational. She's a busy mom, you guys. She's got 2 kids under the age of 2. And one has not slept, and the other one has just woken up, and she's showed up here. Can you imagine that? Some of us would be rolling over in bed, like, somehow forget, not me today, but here she is. Yeah.
It's the
I
passion.
mean,
It's the
it's
passion of the business and knowing what it can do for you. When you have
the
the passion
scene.
of
Yeah.
something and you know what it can
Yeah.
do for you, you will show up no matter what. Hata even when you're feeling like a zombie, like I
Yeah.
am, you just come in.
You're right there.
Yeah.
I think for a parting shot, we can all discuss one thing, parting shot, whatever it is. I'm going to talk about online networks. And our dear viewers, kama wewe uko mtu majuu and you have lost your networks, that is the first thing we started discussing. You've lost your networks. Can you start creating new ones? And we're here to share, even those of you who are shy and introverted, there is much you can gain. And I've talked about that. I've talked about how I knew I would have to open myself up, because no one knows me, but you do need to be known. You do need to socialize. You need things to help you. I'll be personal and say, even places to do hair, hata kama hauna places za kufanya nywele, unless utajua aje salon hapo kwenyu, unless you walk out and look around and see, are there places where me as an African girl, I can get my hair braided, I can get someone to straighten me and my hair. And by the way, me, I zunguka this whole area I live in. We have like 3-4 towns, and I went to every town. I didn't assume that nobody knew how to do African hair. I went to every salon, and every one of them was not able to do my hair. But one salon said, I could learn. Let me Google what goes on, and then I can learn how to straighten. And I was like, so grateful. And even today, I will take my own daughter there because that one person said they can learn and they can try, Other than that, let us talk about online networks. Wherever you go, there are groups. There are even WhatsApp group. Even here in South Australia, there's CASA, and CASA, everyone knows if you live in Australia. It's a network for Kenyans, where to meet up, where you can find even people selling things like samosas, someone who has a house and they want to rent out, as basic as that. And even women's group, there's South Australia and New Zealand women's group where we welcome other Africans coming from everywhere around the world. If you're looking to network, meet people from different places. And last week was one of those weeks when I went in there and there was a post about different places you can buy things. And like my Kenyan band, the way we love wearing our bands. Mine had disappeared. I had cut off, and I'm there feeling very naked without it. I'm like, where can I get one for me, for the kids, for the hubby? And that group, there was someone who was making them and had advertised them, and you're able to reach out, products, vitenges, things that. So find networks around you. Don't be afraid of finding even online networks where you can socialize, as we said, with a purpose and people who are like-minded to what you want, and there's always a process. Even in a network, there are some guidelines to how you can socialize in a network. So thank you everyone for tuning in. And part of our community is we provide that network. And as we always say, we have a joining fee of $149, refundable in 30 days if what you discover is not to your liking. But if it is, you'll have a mentor there as your first network. And then as you go into the community, you'll be introduced to more people, and you can actually find and make your own network as you come along. So reach out to any of us on whatever page you're watching us from and get in touch, and we'll guide you from there. Thank you so much for today, ladies. Maybe your parting shot, Betty?
For me, it's just what you say there,
Yeah.
I like how you have mentioned about people and like-minded, I always say, and I think I've said this 1,000 times already, there's a reason why you who is watching this, or you're gonna watch this, there's a reason why you're on my page or Priscilla's page or Shiro's page. It is because at some point you saw us maybe on an ad. Why did you see that ad? Because there is something that resonated with you that we were talking about. Could be the fact that we are moms, or we are in diaspora, or we've been in the situation where we don't afford holidays, or we are not living in our own terms. Anything that is really pushing you into wanting something different is the reason why you're here today. And that is what we call resonating, or like-minded people. We are already like-minded because you already know, what, I have a problem and I'm looking for a solution. Yeah. So don't sit back and just think about that problem and not trying to take advantage of this, or trying not to leverage this business, because it can actually give you that solution that you have been looking for, because it has done it for us anyway. So for me, it goes back to people. Make sure they are like-minded. Make sure they are you're resonating with those people you're calling your network. You're resonating with them, because then again, if you're not resonating, then you're gonna go separate ways. You again, you're not in the same wavelength. Also, make sure that when you are having those networks, the people that you are connecting with, are the people who
Mm,
it's what in the online world we call it niche. Niche means that
yeah.
you know what those people want, and you already know that I know the problems that you have, and I have a solution for it. So for me, is don't sit on it. There is a reason why you see our pages, because we have something that is connecting us. So go for it.
Sure.
Thank you. Priscilla?
What I can say is don't be afraid if you're starting something. Don't be afraid to let other people know about it.
Mm,
I know it's a bit scary, and don't you'll face rejection, especially from people who are so close to you. But do not let that hold you back. Just keep
mm,
going, keep telling people what you do, get yourself out there, let them know you, and just
mm,
keep doing, and you'll find your clique. You'll find the people who will resonate with you because they're out there. Not everyone will resonate with you, but there is one or two that will do that. And yeah,
mm.
so just keep going and keep doing what you do.
Wow. Thank you so much. Thanks for all your wisdom, guys. And thank you for sharing and coming on today. And thank you for everyone who will watch this in the evening. We appreciate having you here. And from us, it is goodbye and have a wonderful rest of your day. Kwaherini.
See
Bye.
you. Have a nice weekend.